statistic I gotta overcome. Since they gon' watch me anyway, I'm about to show them something. I'ma reflect the holy sun. Show them this to some holy ones. That's got my skin color. We ain't all out here killing brothers, cause it's a fight like every day. Feeling like I'm
hey there.
or Ali, anybody want it, I ain't come to play. Y'all gonna learn today. This thing is spiritual. Gotta have spiritual eyes, yeah, cause this is a spiritual fight. Any child guaranteed that I'ma pass it. Any temptation, I'ma outlast it. Cause y'all don't know about this power down within.
Hey, 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 Deke.
Even if you had 10 men, cause I'm about to go beast mode. I'm about to go beast mode. I'm about to go beast mode. I'm about to go beast mode.
Alright, so I'm trying something new. Actually live on my personal page on Facebook. I never go live on my personal page, but we'll see. And I'm going to share it onto my hello everybody. So before I start sharing, good evening, happy Wednesday, happy 15th day of thanks. This is a day 15, being thankful for the halfway point. We are 15 days into the month. Can y'all believe it? Like super duper, can you believe it? I can't. Let's see here. See how this works. I decided to try this just to see if people will join me live. Alright, so let's see how this works, y'all. Alright, let's see here. Hey everybody. So I never go live on my personal page, but I decided that I wanted to try this. I always go live on my business page, so we'll see how this works. Hey Sharon, hey Melina, hey cousin, hey Chantrice, hey Craig, hey David, hey Javina, how are you? Welcome to 30 Days of Thanks Live. Those of you joining me live, welcome. Be sure to share and invite friends, invite all of your peeps. Hey. So, welcome to 30 Days of Thanks Live. I am Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, and I Speak Life mentor, helping you to get out of your own way and get to the business of living. And the way we do that is so that you can get unstuck and get started. Hey, I'm just watching. I'm just trying to see how this is working. Hey, everybody joining in. So let me continue to share. I very rarely go live on my public page, my private personal page. So we'll see how this works. Hey, boo, how are you? All right, so let's see. I need to share this in my group. All right, let's see here. All right, so for the most part, I'm sharing right now. Those of you who have never seen me live, I'm sharing on Facebook. I'm sharing on Periscope. I'm live on Periscope, Instagram, and Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram. So, all right. All right. Hey Jill, how are you, love? All right, so I'm actually trying to get myself together. I just literally left church a couple minutes ago, and literally like an hour ago, and so I'm trying to get everything situated. So let me share in my groups, and then we can get this party started. Let's see. Whatever page you're going, Detra Trueheart, YDP, or any other names. I am Tuna. It will not miss Juicy. I love it. Hey, Dr. T. Alright, so let's see how this works, y'all. I very rarely do this, but I wanted to try it just to see how it works, because I'm normally on my business page, which is Trueheart Speaks. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you are all over the world. I am learning that I have people who are joining me from all over, and so I don't always say good evening anymore. So hello, everybody. Welcome to 30 Days of Thanks Live with Trueheart Speaks. I am Detra Trueheart. Is this today Wednesday? Yes, it is today. It is Wednesday. We are on day 15. I'm doing something different, Faye. And so I am Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose broker, and I speak life mentor, helping you to get out of your own way and get to the business of living so that you can do life well. And the way that we do that is helping you to get unstuck so that you can get started. And so we are reading from my book all month long, if you can't see. And so we are reading from my book, 30 Days of Thanks, 30 Daily Devotions for Cultivating an Attitude of Gratitude. And so if you are here, let me go over this way on Facebook. Wait, there we are. And then here on Periscope and Instagram, I also have a devotional journal that I use along with this. So if you have yet to get my book, the link is in the bio. And it's trueheartspeaks.com/30 days of thanks, or you can go to Amazon and you can purchase either one of the books. If you purchase these together on my website, you can get them 2 for $25. So good evening, everybody. So if you have not shared, make sure you share, let somebody know, invite some people in. The thing that I do love here on my personal page is I can actually invite friends to join me. So like if I wanted to invite some people, I could. And I think that that's pretty cool. I can't do that on my business page, so I'm just trying to compare some things and kind of see what some things look like, but this is super cool. All right, so we're going to get started reading. So if you don't have the book, you can read along with me. I'm going to pause the music. I'm listening to my boy Kyrie Beast Mode. I need a little beast modeness going on in my life right now, simply because I am a little tired. It has been a long day. It's been a student ministry day. I have my Superman shirt on. You can't see it here, but you stand up. It's my Renovate Live shirt. And so I am on Wednesdays. Wednesdays is my student ministry day. And so I spend time on Wednesdays with my kids at Renovate Live. And every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30, 6th through 12th grade. If you have any 6th through 12th graders, I would encourage you to send them our way. Renovation Church, Renovate Live is where it is popping. All right. So this is pretty cool. I can share this everywhere. How cool is this? Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's get started reading. I'm just checking this out, so you all just be patient with me while I am checking everything out and looking at everything. Okay, cool. All right. Nice. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. Hey, Tamika. I see you. Cool. So y'all just bear. This is interesting. All right. So good evening. Happy day 14, everybody. Okay. This is the one that I want right here. All right. So I'm just checking comments because I can see comments popping up, but some of them are popping up in different places. All right, so we are officially live. All right, let's read. So we started off this week on day 13 with giving thanks for touching and feeling. And then yesterday we talked about taste and smell. And today we're talking about the halfway point. So we are at thank you for the hearts, everybody. So if you want to double tap the screen, we're on day 15, giving thanks for the halfway point. And we're halfway through the month as well. Hey, Miss Marie, how are you, love? And I'm super excited about that. I don't know if you are, but I am, just to think that, like, we just, said happy November, like, not too long ago. So I see you all popping in and joining, which is pretty cool. I'm just trying to make sure I am staying on the up and up, and I see people popping in and sharing and reacting to the video. So I just want to make sure that I can see comments and everything. So let's read. So it says, "Believe you can and you're halfway there," by Theodore Roosevelt. Believe you can and you're halfway there. And so obviously we are at the halfway point of 30 Days of Thanks. We are at day 15. And at the beginning of every day, I have a quote. And so today it says in the reading, the lesson, it says, "If you haven't noticed, we are now at the halfway point. We're halfway to the finish line. Woohoo! Can you believe it? I can't. It seems like we just started this journey together. God is so awesome. He has allowed us to make it to day 15. Praise God. Give him a little thanks right now. Go ahead and take a 5-second praise break." So for those of you who are on here, we want to take a 5-second praise break just to thank God that we made it to the halfway point of this month. Like, I mean, real talk, somebody didn't wake up yesterday. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. Somebody didn't wake up, right? And so for us to be at a point where not only are we at day 15 of 30 Days of Thanks, hello, how are you, everybody joining in, but we are at the 15th day of this month, right? It says, "You should be extremely proud of yourself. I know I am. I'll be honest. There were days that I did not want to get up or stay up to write, but God kept telling me I had to be committed to the process. I had to stay committed to my word, but I also had to remain committed to him since he gave me the instructions. I'm thankful for you because you too have made it to the halfway point. Some people not only don't finish, but they also don't make it to the halfway mark. The fact that you are reading today's message, or for some of you listening to today's message, means you are still here and you pressed your way to be consistent and committed to the process. Many people bought the book, but that was it. They did nothing else. Others took it a step further and read a few of the daily messages, but haven't read any since then. However, you determined that you were going to stay committed no matter what. You determined that you were going to stay focused and stay on the journey until its completion. Thank you for taking time over these last 14 days to develop a daily habit of cultivating an attitude of gratitude." So on this 15th day of thanks, let's thank God not only for the progress we've made during our 30 Days of Thanks journey, but we want to thank him for the halfway point in every other area of our lives. You see, this is significant because for many, they will drop off or quit. They will start to slack off and get comfortable. They will start to resort back to what they were doing before we started. But the key is that after today, you will have surpassed the halfway mark and be on your way to the finish line. The closer you get to the finish line, the easier it will get. But if you quit now or lose momentum, you will be defeated. Now, you may be one of those who fell off, or you may not be as committed or consistent as you should be. If you're one of those who fell off, get back up and get moving. It's not in the fall, it's in the recovery and getting back up. It's in the recovery and in getting back up. And I teach that a lot. And so for many people who don't know a little bit about my history, I used to do pageants. And I was a dancer. And so I was a dancer for many years. And, so I can see all of y'all here. Hey, Adia. Hey, Jill. Hey, Candace. Hey, Ebony. Hey, everybody. So, okay. So this is really great. I just missed all of these comments here, but I see y'all popping in. All right. So one of the things that I learned was it's not in the fall, it's in the recovery. And so as a dancer, you might get out there and you might mess up and you might, nobody, what my dance teacher used to tell me, he used to say, nobody knows you messed up but you. Don't mess up, but if you mess up, keep going. And so for many of us, it's not in the fall, it's in the recovery. It's not in whether you fall, it's whether you get back up, right? And so, I think it's in that moment where like, we're still here. We're still at the halfway point. We're still like, we're now getting ready to get over the hump. Like Wednesday is like hump day, right? So you're getting over the hump. And so this is technically like our hump day in our 15 days of thanks, right? And so once we get over day 15 and we get into day 16, we gain more momentum because guess what? We've been together for the last 15 days. And if you haven't, maybe you're just starting today. Maybe this is the first time that you're joining me, which could possibly be the case because this is your first time seeing me live on my personal page. I'm normally live on my business page. And so you got the, the notification. But at any rate, no matter what it is, like, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter, like, whether it's 30 days of thanks, whether it's, drinking water, whether it's whatever the case may be. And I'm just really going to connect this to what we talked about on Monday, which was for the morning life scope. It was our Monday morning motivational message, and it was do something different now. And so for many of you, doing something different now means that you're doing something different. You know, you're reading 30 days of thanks. You're, you know, maybe you're praying a little bit more. Maybe you're walking a little bit, exercising a little bit more. Maybe you're like, I see a lot of people who are going vegan. And so people are like, it's my 6th day of veganism. I don't even know if veganism is a word, but it's my 6th day going vegan. It's my, you know, 10th day of being a vegan, you're a vegetarian, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, thank God for the halfway point, right? And so if you're not even sure where the halfway point is, we're at this point, we're at the halfway point, and we're thankful. We're grateful that we made it, because guess what? We didn't have to. Like for me, I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm tired today. Like Wednesday is a long day for me. Like I get up, hey Sharneezy, how are you, lovey? I get up, I take Dallas to school, I do runarounds and errands and different things like that for Renovate Live, and then I'm there from about 4 till about 9 o'clock, and we're with, like today we had 58 kids, and so we range anywhere between like 40, 45 kids all the way up to maybe sometimes 60, 70 kids every single Wednesday. And, you know, luckily for today was a day that I didn't have to speak, and my assistant director, he spoke. But on days that I have to speak, it's even more crazy, because not only do I have to speak specifically for the month of November, then I have to come. And so that commitment for some of you, it takes a push. It takes a little bit more drive. It takes a little bit more oomph to it, right? Maybe you got to get you some crush and crush it so that, you know, you can, you know, get what you need. But at the end of the day, thank you, love. But at the end of the day, we are thankful, right? It is not in the fall. It's in the recovery and in the getting back up. And so I want to encourage somebody today that it's not in your fall. It's in your recovery. It's in your ability to get back up. It's in your ability to stay the course. It's in your ability to keep going, right? I don't care if you messed up. I don't care how much you messed up, but it's in your ability to keep going, right? Pause if you have to. Stop over on the side and, you know, and get to a place where you can, you know, take you a drink of water or something like that. But then I want you to keep going. All right, let me keep reading. And so it's not in the mistakes. It's in what you learn from the mistakes. It's also not about not making the same mistakes over and over again. If you didn't know, that is what is called insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's not going to happen. If you want something different, you have to start doing things differently, right? And so how crazy that we just started talking about that on Monday. That was our Monday morning message. And of course, we're mentioning it here in the book. To get what you've never had, you must do what you've never done. It all begins with you just taking one step and then another and then another. How juicy is that, right? Note to self, keep going. Absolutely, Faye. Keep going. Thank you for sharing, Tiffany. Thank you, everybody who's joining. And so it says, I don't know about you, but this journey for me has been about so much more than just giving thanks each day. It has also been about commitment, determination, walking blindly by faith, trusting that what I had heard and what God had given me to share was what you needed. He has blown me away with the testimonials from many of you who have shared that this has been a blessing to you, and I'm so humble and blessed for that. God could have used anyone, but he chose to use me. So on this 15th day, I just want to say thank you, Lord, for leading and guiding me, but also for trusting me with a daily message of thanks for your people. I would imagine that maybe you are one of many people at a halfway point in your own personal life. Not sure what you are going through, but I feel like after today, you'll be one step closer to getting to that place. You have been struggling for some time to stay committed, and you've been struggling to consistently launch out into the deep. But day after day, you've made small but consistent steps toward your purpose and destiny. I say keep going, don't stop. Don't let distractions keep you in focus. I say that because distractions will come. It is just a matter of you refocusing and getting back on track. Once you are back on track, keep moving one step each day at a time. Remember, in a situation like this, God honors what we do as opposed to what we don't do. Sometimes God is waiting on us to move before he does, simply because he wants to see if we want it bad enough, right? And so that is, hey Mia, hello everybody joining in. I see y'all popping in. I see names popping in. And so that is who else did I see pop in? I've seen a few people pop in. So hey everybody, Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram, welcome to 30 Days of Thanks Live with Trueheart Speaks. I am Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, and I Speak Life mentor, helping you to get out of your own way and get to the business of living so that you can do life well. And so we just finished the lesson for today, which is a halfway point. And so I absolutely love this because you know, sometimes we get to a point, we didn't finish it, I have another paragraph to go, but we just finished, we're almost done with it. But exactly, how hungry are you, right? We have to trust God. We have to get to a place where we want it bad enough, right? And so for some of us, like I had shared with you guys, Monday, I made a commitment to start reading, writing, and speaking. And so that's been kind of like an assignment and a mantle of mine literally for the whole year. And I won't tell y'all like how often outside of my speaking I've been reading and writing. And so the last couple of days, like every single day for me, the limit right now, and I really won't say limit, but my assignment, I'm just doing 15 minutes of reading every single day. And so I did my 15 minutes of reading today. Still have to do my 15 minutes of writing. And so I've just been literally making myself do it, even though I was exhausted last night. I didn't go to bed till I don't even know what time it was, because after I finished this, I did my writing. And so for some of you, there is a sacrifice that comes with it. And so when you get to the halfway point, getting over the hump and getting to the finish line, there is an extra push. There is a little bit something that you got to do. There is commitment to yourself. There is commitment to the results. And so if there are results that that you're seeking, the question is, are you doing the work in order to get the results, right? Some stuff is not just a name it and claim it, and I believe God is going whatever, but you're not doing your part to it, right? We want God to bless us in certain areas, but we're not doing our part, right? If you can't manage $100, stop asking God for $1,000, period. If you can't manage $1,000, stop asking God to bless you with $5. Like at the end of the day, like sometimes when we talk about being thankful for the halfway point, it's the consistency. Can you be consistent? Can you be faithful over few so that God can bless you with many, right? Sometimes God will give you a little extra just to see how you deal with it, just to see how things go, just to see if you can handle it. Hey, Tisha, how are you? Hey, Deandra, how are you, love? Hey, everybody joining in. So we are just talking about today's day of thanks, which is the halfway point, commitment to self and results. Absolutely, Crystal. How are you, love? So some of y'all, I can't see y'all popping in. So if you comment and I see names, but good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you're watching, because I know there are people who are watching all over. And so depending upon where you are, it might be morning. Like I used to have people who would watch me from the Philippines. And so I think they're like 11 or 12 hours behind us. And so, or ahead of us. And so it was always daytime when it was nighttime when she was, or nighttime when it was daytime when she was watching me. So it'd be like 7 o'clock in the morning, but it would be like 11 or 12 o'clock at night there. So at any rate, let's finish this out. And so it says, how bad do you want it, and how bad do you want out? I think that's huge, because for some of us, we want certain results, but we don't want out. Like there's some things that you want out of, but are you committed to the process? Are you committed to walking away? And so like earlier today, I posted something. Let me see if I can find the post. It says, be okay with saying no, walking away or taking a break, so that when your yes shows up, you can jump all the way in. And so for some of us, when we talk about getting to the halfway point, are you fully committed? Are you fully committed to this thing? And so how bad do you want it, but also how bad do you want out of where you are in order to get to where you're going? Right? And so how bad do you want out of that so you can get into this? Right? How bad are you, and how committed are you to saying no to certain things so that you can say yes to other things? Like I think we have to really kind of get to a place where we have to understand that there are some things that I have to say no to so that I can say yes to that. And there might be some things that I'm committed to saying yes to, but if I say yes to this, then I understand that I have to say no to that. Right? There are some things that you can say yes and no to, but there's some very clear things that when we get clear about it, and when we have clear understanding, and when we know what we're supposed to be doing, there's some things that like either you're going to say yes or you're going to say no. You can't say both. It's not a gray area. It's black or white, period. All right, so I'm just refreshing here, just so I can make sure I see you all. All right, and so I'm good on Instagram. I'm good on Periscope. All right. All right, we're still live. I have to check y'all because Facebook sometimes acts shady to me. So let's finish reading. Depending upon your situation, only you can answer those questions. But you must know it all starts with one step. Faith without works is dead. The more you move, the more you expand your faith. Remember, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. As you feed your faith, you build momentum, thus causing movement, thus causing progress. So if you thought you were waiting for God to get moving, you aren't. He's waiting on you. Keep in mind that in other areas of your life, you may have to wait on God to move, because timing is everything with him. But that isn't the case with this area. Stop procrastinating and get moving. The perfect time is when you make the time to start taking steps if you already haven't done so. Boom shakalaka. So let's read the journal assignment. On this 15 day, I want you to give thanks for making it this far, not only in the 30 days of thanks, but in that area of your life that you've been struggling to be consistent in. That area that you know once you master your commitment and consistency, it will open a magnitude of doors for you to walk into. Today, I want you to write down how far you've come and the progress you've made. As small as it may be, write it down. Stop minimizing your progress and just give thanks for it. Not sure who this is for, but the reason you keep stopping is because you don't think your progress is as big as everyone else's. So let me stop right here. Well, let me read and then go back. It says, so what? It's not supposed to be because you aren't running they aren't running your race. Stay in your lane and stay focused on your finish line, not the person's next to you. Plus, you don't know how long they've been running the race. The two of you may be in different places of your race right now, which means his or her progress may be bigger because they've been doing more for a longer period of time or even at a faster pace. But that's not your concern. Mind your business and be thankful for your halfway point and the progress you've made and are making. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled program. Take some time today to just write and give thanks for your halfway point. What were your high points? What were your low points? What was great? What wasn't? What changes might you need to make? And what will you continue to do that has worked? Okay, so let me go back for a quick moment. And I say, at the point where I say, stop minimizing your progress and just give thanks for it. And it says, not sure who this is for, but the reason you keep stopping is because you don't think your progress is as big as everyone else's. And so I think we have to get to a place, and this is where we just kind of talk a lot about comparison, and we talk a lot about, competing and comparing. And so when you understand that your race is your race, and when you understand that your journey is your journey, and that your journey is not their journey and their journey is not your journey, then you get to a place where it doesn't matter where they're going as long as you're focused on where you're going, right? It is only one step by step that we can make the journey. And so you can't speed up the process. And so if you don't, it's kind of like school. Like you can skip a couple, like 1 or 2 grades, but like unless you're being homeschooled, right? You're still being schooled, but unless there's something extremely exceptional about you, you're totally not going to 1st grade and jumping all the way to 12th grade. It's just not happening. You might go a little bit faster, but you still have to get the content to pass the grade, right? You still have to get the content in order to get from, like, if you're being homeschooled, so you might be able to like skip a couple of grades, but you still passed the test. You still have taken specific tests that qualify you to get from one grade to the next. And so for many of us, we want to go from 1st grade to 12th grade, and because we're looking at somebody else who has done the work. Okay, so let's pray. Lord, on this 15th day, we say thank you for allowing us to make it to the halfway point, not only for the 30 days of thanks, but also for letting us make it to the halfway point in that area of our lives we have struggled to be consistent in and committed to. We recognize that this journey isn't just about giving thanks for 30 days. It was just the impetus to get us moving. Many of us needed to get off our do-nothings and do something instead of talking. We needed to start doing instead of thinking. We needed to start doing instead of complaining. And so for that, we give you all the praise, all the honor, and all the adoration you so desire. For you know what we have need of before we ask, and most times what we ask for isn't really what we need, it's what we want. Lord, we thank you. We are thankful because after today, we will have made it past the halfway point and will be one step closer to day 30 and our finish line. We're thankful for the progress, movement, and momentum we made to get us to our halfway point. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. So that until you master the grade, you cannot move forward. Absolutely. So thank you for sharing. Said on the other side, right? It's almost like the grass is greener on the other side. Absolutely, right? And so we see, and so I've used this analogy many times. Like I have this neighbor across the street from me, and his grass is like about as green as this shirt. Like he totally takes care of his grass. He totally, like, he does the dang on thing, right? I mean, like on nice days when it's even when it's cold out, when you get a nice day, he's out raking and trimming and all kinds of stuff. And so I could easily be looking on the other side like, dang, like his grass is nice, like, like, dang, like, like, look at his grass, like, how come I can't get my grass like that? And I'll just be honest, my grass is not like his grass because I'm not out there like he's out there. I'm not doing the work like he's doing the work. I'm not raking, I'm not mowing, I'm barely watering. And so, like, some days my grass is crunchy. And so for some of you, your grass is crunchy. Your grass is not green. It's a little brown. It is called 30 Days of Thanks. 30 Daily Devotions for cultivating an attitude of gratitude. This is actually my book. And so someone was just asking what book were we reading from. And so I think for some of us, we have to recognize that if we are not doing the work to maintain our grass, we most assuredly cannot compare ourselves to other people's grass, whether it's on, across the street or, next door or whatever the case may be. Right? We most assuredly have to be thankful for where we are, and we have to be thankful for the work that we're doing. And the other part is, listen, barely, Jill, like barely. Listen, Linda. Hi, Evangelist Feather, how are you? I'm barely out there messing around with that grass. Like, I just, Dr. T says you can go to trueheartspeaks.com /30 days of thanks, or you can catch it on Amazon, 30 days of thanks. And so if you want the book and the accompanying journal, you can get that on my website for $25, or you can buy the book on my website or at Amazon. So for those of you who are interested in buying the book, please get the book. And here's the thing, this is not just a Thanksgiving November book, but because I've been doing this for the past 5 years, it's just now kind of like a tradition that every November we do 30 days of thanks. But I think we always need to be reminded, thank you so much, we always need to be reminded to be thankful. We always need to be reminded that we need to be refilling our gratitude tank. We always need to be reminded, especially at the halfway point, because sometimes things just get a little crazy, and you have to be reminded, of the work that you're doing. You have to be reminded, like this really is not so much about the halfway point, but it's about progress. It's about every so often looking up, smelling the flowers, seeing what you have done, seeing the work that you have done. Because sometimes, again, like it says, we minimize our progress because we feel like it's not as big as everyone else's. Who cares? Who cares that your progress is not as big as somebody else's? It's your progress. It's your race. It's your journey. It's your story. It's your experience. And so I think that, like, the fact that I'm 3 days in of reading, writing, and speaking, child, listen, I'm going to celebrate this thing. I don't care what you say. Now, maybe about 7 days or another, like for me, the goal for me is 30 days. So like I'll have another halfway point to celebrate, because if at that halfway point, I'll be able to say, wow, like I've been doing this. And let me just tell you, when I'm consistent at reading, doing my 15 minutes a day of reading, I can rock and roll with a book. I can literally rock and roll with a book. And so for some of you, if you struggle with time on reading, if you struggle with time during prayer, if you struggle with time for, getting quiet, if you struggle, schedule it in. I will, as a matter of fact, I'm going to try to find this here while we're live, and I'll share it in the feed, specifically on Facebook. But if you're following me on YouTube, I have a video that's called Schedule It In. And it's a video that I did it. I don't even know how long ago it was that I did it, but 2 years ago. And so I'm going to at least share this on Facebook, and then I'm not sure if I can share this anywhere else, but if you're on Facebook, at least you can, you can go to my Facebook page, and I'll put this here, and you all can take a look at it. But it says progress is progress, no matter how small, especially when it took forever to get started. Girl, listen, Linda. And so just to give you some background about that video is I did that video 2 years ago because I was struggling with my reading. And I'm a reader. I love reading. If you see all of those books back there on my shelf, I love reading. And so when I had my son 6 years ago, it was hard to get back into reading. Like, I couldn't just sit down and read a book. I nursed my son. So those of you who have nursed your children, you know what that's like, right? There's like not a lot of time for anything. And so I was struggling, and I was getting discouraged, and I was just like, I'm like, oh, okay, Lord, like, how is this? Like, well, I'm on YouTube. So it's on YouTube. If you look me up, Detra Trueheart, schedule it in, it will pop up. So those of you who are on Facebook and Periscope, if you're not on Instagram and Periscope, go to YouTube and look me up, Detra Trueheart, schedule it in. That's the video. And so what he told me is to schedule it in. So the way that we schedule our appointments in, our doctor's appointments, the way we schedule our, anything, dentist appointments, regular appointments, whatever the case may be, he was like, schedule it in, put it on your schedule. And for now, give yourself 15 minutes. And at that time, I think it was like 30-minute increments, but I've even now condensed it because life has been crazier for me. And I've, I have more like responsibilities and stuff. But here's what I do. I shut everything off. I cut my phone off. I actually have a timer on my watch. So I'll put the 15-minute timer on my watch. I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Cut the television off. And I literally read for 15 minutes until the timer goes off. And when I'm consistent at it, like, I can knock a book out probably in like 2 weeks, depending upon how big the book is. And here's the thing, like, the 15 minutes is the marker, but like, if I do more, great. But if I don't, I've done what I've supposed to be doing. I've started doing that with my writing as well. I'll write for 15 minutes. No interruptions, like none of that kind of stuff. And so for some of you, if you struggle with prayer, if you struggle with getting quiet, if you struggle with working out, if you struggle with like anything that causes like that, where you have to kind of like get in motion or whatever, they can reading the Bible, whatever, I would challenge you to take 30, like not 30 minutes, because for some people 30 minutes is too much, but I would literally challenge you to do 15 minutes. And just be consistent with it. And so for me, I've challenged myself for the next 30 days to read, to write, and to speak. And so speaking is not major because right now I'm speaking every single day anyway. But the reading and the writing is key to me because those are the areas that, and I noticed this on Monday, I'll be honest with you, that there was really like a shift where I recognized that I have to start writing because as a content creator, as an influencer, as somebody who goes live a lot, as a teacher, I'm a preacher, like I work with students. I'm a content creator. I have to be in a space of refilling. And so if I'm not in a space of refilling, then I'm feeling depleted and then I don't really feel like doing much. And so when I settled myself down to get quiet, I actually felt like I could feel like a flow coming for me writing. So that's that. So again, we've read that. I tried not to keep y'all too long. And so we've been on for a little bit longer than normal. But was today helpful for you all? I'm just, checking this out. I'm trying to see if there are comments or anything like that. Thank you guys for sharing today's message. I'm going to try to go live again on my personal page. I don't know. I don't, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. Should I do live personal or should I stick with my business? Like, I won't say that there's not a huge difference, like, in people, like, watching, but, I'm looking, and I'm just, seeing here. So, if y'all let me know in the comments, like, what should I do, stick with it, then I will. I've even thought about condensing Periscope. I don't have a lot of people who, very helpful, thank you. So, I don't have a lot of people on Periscope, but I do have a few people on Periscope, and so I want to make sure that I don't miss you. Especially if you're not on. It says, yes, I'm so proud of myself for making it this far. Today was great. I love it. Absolutely love it. So hopefully this has been good for you guys, and you will continue to read and you'll continue to let me know. And I've been asking everybody every single day, if you have the book, if you've read the book, please go on Amazon and give me a review, hopefully a positive review. I haven't checked to see if there were any other reviews that came up. I did have one that did come through. So if you could go to Amazon and give me a review of the book, you can wait till it's done. Change is good. Switch it up from time to time. Absolutely. Was on my way to bed. Wow. Okay. On first time. So wow. So I'm glad that you're joining me. And I'm on my way to bed too. So I'm normally, those of you know, I am normally in bed around this time, but I wanted to make sure that I'm committed to doing this again this November, so that we can connect and so that people can be blessed, and so that even I can be blessed. Like, when I read my own stuff, like, it's kind of like, it's weird reading my stuff because I read it as if I didn't write it. It says you just have the perfect "it's gonna be okay" voice. So even on my worst days, hearing teachings from you helps. Thank you. Aw, this was awesome. I will get the book. Thank you so much, Crystal. And you're welcome, Jill. Like, I think we just have to learn to let ourselves off the hook. I studied and did my journal entries for all 3 days. Woo! That is so awesome, Faye. I love it. I'm sending you like thumbs up right there. Absolutely love it. So talk to me a little bit, if you can. Talk to me a little bit about like how this has helped you by doing this for the last 15 days. Like, I don't know if you have time to share while we're live, but I would love to be able to know like how the book has blessed you over the last 15 days. And anybody else who has actually done like all 15 days of journaling, like if you have, it says I'm going to get this book. Is your book sold anywhere else? No, right now it's only sold on my website and it's sold on Amazon. Well, it is getting ready to be sold at my church. I'd love it for it to be You know, I'd have to figure, I don't know what the process is like to get it like on barnesandnobles.com, but for right now, you can definitely do Amazon, and you can definitely get it on my website. Had no clue you had a book. Yes! Yeah, here it is. Yay! So, I'm trying to do better at putting it out there and trying to do better at letting people know what's going on, Tisha. So, yes, I have a book, and I also have a journal that goes with it. And so, like, for the journal entry, so like the one we just read, you actually have that journal entry in the devotional journal, and you can read it. I mean, and you can write your comments right there, so everything is like in the same place, right? So I'm super, super excited. Like, it just, you know, it's really cool that people get a chance. This is my first time. I'm glad you didn't go to bed. I'm glad I didn't go to bed either, Vivian, and I'm glad you joined me. And so I can't wait to get the book, but I really enjoy these. Yes. So yours is coming, Adrian. You should get your book. I think yours was the last of the Mohicans that just went out. Put some flyers or book on display in the salon. Oh, I'll definitely do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just ordered another batch of books because the first batch that I ordered, they sold out. So I think Adriana's was the last of that last Mohican of those books. I have some journals left, but the books are all sold out. It helps doing it live. I feel connected, and it is speaking to me in the now. It's timeless. I love it. That's what I love about going live, because you can read the book, and and obviously, like I tell you, like, read it, you know, go through and read it. But for us having, you know, doing it live and having conversation and just talking about it, I think it's been really cool. You know what I mean? And then I can kind of, you know, expand on some stuff, which, you know, you don't get in the book. But I mean, even the stuff that I'm reading, if you're reading along with me, like, there isn't much that I'm ad-libbing from the book. It's my words, you know what I mean? Like, you can read it. And that was one of the things that was very important to me, was when I turned it into a book, was making sure that it was still conversational, and making sure that when you read it, it's like, oh yeah, I could hear you saying that. It says, the last 15 days have been great for me. I find when I want to complain or do complain, I stop and say, thank you, God, for it, etc. So this is helping me tremendously. I love that you're live. It keeps me accountable. I absolutely love that. And people get to see your upbeat personality. Yeah, people don't, and I guess because people don't see me on my business page, because I'm normally live on my business page, but you're right, Dr. T, people don't necessarily get to see me live and just kind of, you know, hang out with me. And so that's kind of, I actually like being live in the evening times. It doesn't always pay off. So like when I stay up late and, you know, and then I still have to write and different things like that, and I got to get up in the morning, but I do enjoy it, and I enjoy having that conversation. So, so yeah, it's been good. This has been like super juicy. Super, super, super juicy. So again, if you guys don't have the book, I would encourage you to get it. You can order it from my website. I will keep putting that up there. I'll put the link here on Facebook. Let me see here. I'm not sure. Let's see. So that's that. And then I need to find let me find the Amazon link. Just in case some people want to just order it from Amazon. You can order it from Amazon as well too. Let me see here. I can't find the Amazon link right now, and it's like super long, so I did a small, let me see. Oh, you know what? I know where I can find the Amazon link. You all give me a second. And so, yeah, so you all also, if you want, please go and subscribe to my YouTube page, because I also... So you can get both books from there. Yes, you can get both books from Amazon, but they won't be $25. So they'll probably just kind of charge you whatever, you know, it's $15. Each book is $15. But on my website, I have a special where you can get them for $25. So if you order them through my website, you can get them for $25. But if you order them through Amazon and you have Prime, obviously you'll get them in a couple days. But you have to order them together. They'll be $15. And I think depending upon the amount, it might even be like free shipping. I'm not sure. but you can still get them for $30, and then if they'll just ship them directly to you. And so I shared that on there. So, but you can definitely not Google, but you can go to Amazon and you can hit 30 Days of Thanks book and 30 Days of Thanks journal. You can add them to your account and then obviously process it, and it'll go right through. So yeah. So this has been super, super, super cool. Thank you everybody for sharing. I see y'all sharing away. This is super awesome. I'm just checking in and looking and seeing. I have to like refresh just to make sure I can see comments. That's kind of like the only thing that... Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm not going to keep y'all. I know some of y'all, I'm not going to name no names, Dr. T, who would stay up with me like all night if I stayed up all night. But I am going to get going because I actually want to have some quiet time. One of the things that I try to do, specifically on like a Wednesday after I finish student ministry, is to try to have some quiet time once I put Dallas to bed, and then try to like come down from the high of... I come down from the high of being around like 58 kids all day and, you know, getting crunked and turned up, and all we do is win no matter what, like all that good stuff. And I come try to kind of like calm down a little bit. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do my writing in my journal, which I am committing to. And so probably like on my like 15th day, my halfway point, I'm going to, you know, talk a little bit about what that process has been like and what I've been writing and what God has been talking to me about. And so I would encourage you all, if you didn't watch, and I will, let me see if I can find it. And so those of you who have said, so glad God, let me get this. I'm glad too. I'm so glad when new people pop up on Periscope, Facebook, or Instagram who catch me, because I think, you know, it's a blessing to be in a space where people can hear your message, and when people hear your message on that specific day, it's a message that they need. And so for me, that is truly, truly, truly a blessing. And so I'm going to see if I can, with this message right here, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can get this link. And so for those of you who haven't, hi there, how are you? I'm going to put this here. That's right. All we do is win. Yes, there is a new book on the way, Dr. T. And so don't worry about the picture down there. Those of you who are on Facebook, let me see here. I put that down there, but I want you guys to check that out. Do something different now. And so if there is something that I don't care what it is. Like, even like I sent my husband a text message and I said, you know what, every single day for the next 30 days, you need to be taking pictures. He's a photographer. He's a beast at what he does, but you know how sometimes we do a lot more thinking and talking than we do doing. And so he spends a lot of time, you know, perfecting his craft, watching videos and all that other kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what, it's time for you to just get out there. And so like for him, his goal is for the next 30 days to just take pictures every single day. For me, because of what I do, reading, writing, and speaking as part of who I am, I'm doing that for the next 30 days. For you, maybe it's your craft. So I know like Tisha does hair. Maybe it's something that you want to do with hair, like that you need to perfect. And so the goal is to do that for the next 30 days. Like Dr. T, like whatever it might be as far as educating or, you know, enlightening yourself is now as a leader and an executive. Like whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily have to relate to what you do for a living. Like it could be drinking water for 30 days. It could be, you know, no candy for 30 days. It could be no cake for 30 days. It could be no meat for 30 days. It could be no swearing for 30 days. It could be reading a certain portion of your Bible for 30 days. What about 30 days of thanks? Sure. I've thought about that, Dr. T. It's funny you say that. I just hadn't really put it out there. I don't know if people would be interested, but I have thought about that. And I thought about getting one designed. And so, you know, one of the things that I have, and I thought about using this quote, being thankful isn't optional, it's a necessity. And so these were the, if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. It's where the bookmarks that I gave out for pre-orders. And so those were the bookmarks that I gave out. And so then on the back of it, it says, in everything, give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. And so that was a scripture as a basis for my book. And then being thankful isn't optional, it's a necessity. It's kind of like a quote that I came up with because it's not optional. Like, I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what's happening. There's always something for you to be thankful for, period. And that's the premise behind this book. That's the purpose of the book. But aside from that, pick something. And for the next 30 days, I want you to rock it out. I don't care what it is. I don't care how small it is. It could be 5 minutes of quiet time every single day where you isolate yourself, you get quiet, and you just, for 30 days, it's 5 minutes. It's not 10 minutes. It's not a half an hour, because that's not, you can't do that. Be realistic about what you can do and do it. Period. Right? Just period. Do it. So, it is 10:55. Y'all are literally keeping me, like, we're having really good conversation and y'all are just hanging with me, but I'm going to hang up on all of y'all. And I'm going to go back to reading. And I am, yes, 1 Thessalonians 5:18. I'm going to go back, not reading, but I have to do my writing for tonight. And so I love y'all. I guess maybe I will go live tomorrow night on my personal page. I'll see how this works. She says, no, don't stop. Yes, I'm going to go to bed and tell somebody and invite somebody tomorrow. And thank you, love. And, you know, y'all be good. Y'all go journal. Hey, AZ, I saw you pop in. When we finish, go back and check out the replay. I'm actually live on my personal page on Facebook, so you can catch that too. I'm doing something a little different. But if you have yet to kind of meditate on tonight's journal assignment, then maybe you take some time tonight before you go to bed and meditate on that, and just kind of really even just be in the moment of giving thanks, not only for the halfway point, but thinking about what you're thankful for today. And so I will see y'all tomorrow night. Those of you who don't know, I'm live every Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the month of November for 30 Days of Thanks. And then every Friday at noon. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm also live for my regular broadcast, which is my morning life scope. It's the Monday morning motivational message is every Monday morning at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you're not up that early, you can always catch the replay, and that actually does launch from my business page, Facebook.com/Trueheart Speaks, but I'm also on Instagram and Periscope every Monday morning as well. So y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Check out the replay. Share this replay with everybody you know. And more importantly, let's celebrate the halfway point. We made it, y'all. It is a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Celebrate the halfway point. Come on. So if you're new to me, this is not new at all. We are celebrating. I bust out in songs and dances all the time. It's you can go to YouTube and just type in Schedule It In. I actually shared it. I thought I shared it down here. I can't tag you here just yet because I'm still live. But it's in the comments below, Dr. T. But if those of you who want to go to you can go to YouTube and you can stop laughing at me because you know it's true. Trueheart, not Trueheart Speaks, Detra Trueheart, Schedule It In. Detra Trueheart, Schedule It In. And then you all can subscribe to my YouTube page because I do plan on doing more video and adding more video as well. And even you can check out some of my past videos. So good night. Celebrate. I love y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow night. Bye.